Okay, there, good to go. Hi there, Stampin' Piece friends. I'm Mary Knabe, and I'm coming to you live from my Stampin' Piece studio in Columbus, Ohio. It is Thursday, December 21st, just 4 days away from Christmas. Christmas is coming a little bit early for the Knabe family. We're actually doing our Christmas Eve, Christmas Day celebrations as a family on Friday evening and then Saturday. Because John, my son-in-law, his family will be coming from West Virginia on the 24th and 25th and staying at John and Andrea's. So we'll get in our Knabe family Christmas, and then they will have Christmas with the Schmidts, and I'm sure we'll join them at some point in time on Christmas Eve and or Christmas Day as well. So kind of a last minute hustle, but I feel good. I just have to go to the grocery store either later today or in the morning and pick up a few things for Saturday. I've got a quick crafty ornament I'm making for each of the adults in our family. And then I'm pretty much ready for Christmas. Today, though, I am going to show you a couple of quick and easy DIY projects that you can use as holiday decoration on your table, or the one you can really use probably anywhere in your home. But before I show you those, I just want to make mention of my last Facebook Live. Tuesday, I showed 2 holiday cards that I had gotten in the mail. This one was made by Amanda Bach, and this one was made by Tanya Jackson. And ironically, I had already planned to do a case project with this one, and I went out and got the mail before the Facebook Live, and this one was there. So I thought, well, I'm working with circle punches, so we're making both. So what I did was gave a quick lesson in what it means to case, copy and share everything, or create and share everything. Some people on the live Tuesday even told me they've heard it referred to as copy and selectively edit. Okay, I just tend to say copy and share everything case. So this was one card I made by casing this Christmas card. You can see I just pretty much used the same layout, but I used some brand new products coming in January. The Trusty Tools bundle and the Trusty Toolbox DSP. And that DSP is a freebie with Celebration $50 order. So you could get the bundle, get the DSP free. And then I made a second card with the same new products. And this time I cased Tanya Jackson's card. And you can see she just did a row of punch circles. I did the same, only I made mine with smaller punch circles and a completely different product suite. So take a look at that. It is up here on Stampin' Piece with Mary Knabe, and I will be posting that to my blog probably late tonight. I'm still tweaking it, still got some things to go to finish up that blog, but that will be at stampinpiece.com. So that's where all of my videos go, with cutting dimensions, Stampin' Up! Products used, photos, everything you need to know. All of these Facebook Lives eventually end up at stampinpiece.com and on my YouTube channel, which is also called Stampin' Piece with Mary Knabe, same as this Facebook page. Okay, let's get started on today's holiday projects. You will see me using specific Stampin' Up! Products, and I will name those as we go through. But please know, you can use any product you have. So these are a couple of easy, quick DIY projects for your home, specifically your Christmas table. And you can use anything you have around. Just a little bit of product and some imagination, and you're good to go. So I'm going to flip my camera around now so we can get started on today's projects. And while I'm doing that, I respectfully ask that you share this live video, inviting others to join us for the demonstration. And you can even tag your friends. If you think there's somebody out there that you specifically want to tag, name them in the comments. Tag them in the comments so they can join us too. Okay, my friends, we have a wide range of things happening here. So let me just jump right in. For the first project, I'm using these battery operated candles, things that I already have. And by the way, if you live alone, or maybe you're in a big house, or you get up during the night, you need a nightlight, these are fabulous. And mine even can be set to a timer. So you turn them on, and I turn it to timer, and I think they are set for, I forget, 6 hours maybe. So I even use these as a nightlight if I get up in the house or if I have company, something like that. But you can use real candles. You can use any size candle for this project, okay? So that's what I'm using. This is a 6-inch and this is a 4-inch. But again, tall, thin, short, skinny, whatever, okay? And then I'm using the Peace on Earth sentiment from Christmas Classics. And then I went ahead and cut out some holly leaves and berries with that Christmas Classics die set. And then I made this pretty bow using the gold and vanilla satin edge ribbon and some of the gold trim that we have. I'm going to start first by decorating this large candle. Now, this is something you can put in the center of your table. You can put it on an end table, a shelf you have, wherever. And of course, if you're using real candles, make sure you're being safe. So and the easiest way to know what length of DSP you need, mine is Traditions of St. Nick, but you can use any DSP, even plain cardstock if that's your desire. But you can just take a string or a ribbon or something, wrap it around, and then lay that out for your measurement, and you know how to cut the length of your paper. So mine, I believe, if I remember correctly, is 10 inches. Yes, 10 inches. And I'm using a little bit of my tear and tape. And I'm only going to put it on one end because I'm going to wrap this around my candle, but I'm not going to adhere this to the candle. I'm only going to adhere the paper to itself. That way I can easily take it off without it damaging my candle. I could do this for every season, every holiday, a special occasion, a birthday, whatever. So I want to make sure that I'm keeping my candle rather clean looking and not getting, messy adhesive and stuff on it. I'm using tear and tape, but you can use anything that you believe to be very strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to center mine, but you decide. You can be closer to the top or the bottom. If you're using a real candle that you will be burning, be sure that the paper and whatever you have, any elements that you have decorating your candle, do not get close to the flame. So always pay attention to that. I know that's a given, and maybe I don't need to say it, but for the sake, everybody's sake, I am saying it. Want everybody to be safe. Okay, so now you can see, and isn't that simple? That in itself is pretty, I think. Now I'm going to add some of these other elements that I already got ready. Whoops. I'm going to add this bow. My glue dots almost went rolling away. That would not be good. I'm going to use a couple of them. And I will show you how I made this bow with both the ribbon and the cord. Let's see where my seam is, because I want that seam right in back. Put this right about here, I think. And then I'm going to use some, you can, and again, use whatever you're comfortable with. It could be multi-purpose glue. I think I'm going to use some mini glue dots. And I'm not going to be putting glue dots everywhere on these. The reason being, I do want them to kind of stand out, be lifted off of the candle for a little more dimension. And if it helps, I'm kind of winging it here, but if it helps and you want to lay them out in a design first, by all means, do that. Whatever floats your boat, whatever is easiest for you. Okay, put this one up a little higher, I think. See what I mean about the holly leaves being kind of lifted away from the candle by using just a couple of the mini glue dots. Oops, that one there we go. This I think I'll put over here. And then I've got these little berries that I've die cut as well. So for these, I'm going to use my liquid glue, my multi-purpose glue, and just put a couple of dots where I want my berries to go. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I'm using the, what is it? The Traditions of St. Nick Designer Series paper. That is one of our online exclusives. I believe it is still available. I can't be sure because I didn't check today. But the last time I checked, a few days ago, it was still there. So now I've got some hollies and berries there. You know what? I'm going to dress up these berries just a tiny bit by adding some Wink of Stella. Who was that last week that, or maybe the week before, that suggested I think the way they put it was give it a wink. I was like, oh, isn't that clever and fun? I'm going to give it a little wink. Add some shimmer with my Wink of Stella. Okay. And that is it, my friends. Now I could go on and on, adding more greenery. I might add a little tag, Merry Christmas, whatever. But I love this just the way it is. So this would be pretty on your holiday table. Okay, now I'm getting glue dots everywhere here. Let me move that. And one works just fine. You could have a series of these, maybe 3 down the center. But I'm going to make this one to coordinate with it. I don't want it the same, but I'm going to coordinate. So again, I'm using another print from the Traditions of St. Nick Designer Series paper. And this time I'm using here it is. This time I'm using a Mossy Meadow print. The other print was a Cherry Cobbler. This is one of my favorite red-green combinations for the holidays, Cherry Cobbler and Mossy Meadow. And the nice thing with these two, you can also work in other, pay attention where my adhesive is. You can work in other greens and reds as well. Okay. And I would say in terms of, I've told you how to determine the length of paper you need, right? Just take a piece of ribbon or string or something and wrap it around and then measure that. As far as the height of the designer series paper that you're using, I would say do at least half of the height of your candle. That's my suggestion. Of course, it can be anything you want. But this candle was 6 inches tall, so I wanted my DSP to be at least 3 inches. I decided to go a little larger and made it 3.5. I did the same here. Half of 4 inches would be 2 inches, but I went a little bit larger. I went to 2.5. But my suggestion is that when you're doing these, the height of your DSP or paper that you're using should be at least half of the height of the candle, approximately, okay? And you know what? If you've got one that measures 2 3/4 for a 4-inch candle and it's a scrap, use that. You can adjust. That half of the height of the candle is just kind of a guide. We'll call it a guide, all right? So now for this one, I did decide I'm going to put a little message on this one. And I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat that's right here because I'm using a photopolymer stamp. This again is from the Christmas Classics stamp set or bundle. And I'm stamping with Cherry Cobbler. And then I'm going to cut it out with this die that is also from the Christmas Classics bundle. It's nice that we have dies in our sets that can be used for sentiments, not just shapes and or for images, coordinating images, but ones that we can also use for our sentiments. I'll make sure I get this straight in here. I think that looks pretty good. The nice thing about this font, the script, is it's not a perfectly straight line, so it makes it a little bit easier. We have a little bit of, little room for error, a little bit of forgiveness because that font is not perfectly straight across. So that too makes it easy. And again, I'm just using whatever products I had. You could make them traditional. You could make these in non-traditional colors. You can do this for perhaps something you'd have out year-round. If you decorate with blues in your house, we have some, I wanted to use my stronger adhesive. I'm going to use the Seal Plus. It's just a little bit stronger for 3D items. And this, I'm just going to place right in the center. And I've only put my adhesive down the center of this. Now, if you want yours flat against the whole candle, you'll put adhesive all over the back. All over the back, okay? I just put mine down the center because I like it to be looking like it's lifted off. And then I'm just going to stick a few of these on here. I think I'm going to do it kind of like that, I think. Maybe more like this. Now, this is not a real candle, so I it's okay if I go up above the candle, right? This is just battery operated. So I'm not going to start a fire or anything crazy like that because I have this going up higher. If you're using a real candle, maybe you want to do something more near the bottom, okay, or the middle, and not go so high. Just a word of caution there. I know it's really common sense, but it doesn't hurt we say it for each other, right? Just a friendly reminder. So I think I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to put my other one on. Is anybody else feeling a little overwhelmed with the holidays? Holidays are wonderful, but they can also be really stressful, right? If you are, do a quick DIY project like this. It is kind of a little escape when you're feeling overwhelmed, right? What are some other things we can do to kind of ease some of that sense of overwhelm that we feel during the holidays? Some people are lonely and sad. You know, we need to think about that. Holidays aren't always a happy, easy time for everybody. In fact, I was at my counselor yesterday, and I've really been struggling with my depression a bit lately. And I said to the counselor, why do I feel sad? This is one of my favorite seasons. I love Christmas. I love Christmas. I love the decorating. I love the baking. I love the music. But it just, and she said it's a very, very normal kind of thing. But when people are struggling with illnesses, Margaret's saying half her family has COVID. I'm so sorry. Yeah, not knowing whether you can get together because of the illnesses, or maybe the distance from one place to another, or some people, it's finances. There's so many things. People who have gone through losses and tragedies during the year. Sometimes these times that are supposed to be happy aren't happy for everybody. And that's when we need to take care of each other, reach out, check on one another. You know, make sure you're doing okay, your friend's doing okay, or your neighbor's doing okay, or your daughter, whoever it may be. And also take care of ourselves. I don't know about you, but I am not getting enough exercise. And I decided right after this Facebook Live ends, I'm going for a walk. I need to do that. I need the fresh air. I need some exercise. I need to get up and move. So I'm going to challenge you to do the same, either after this Facebook Live or sometime later today. I don't care if you go outside and walk 50 feet and turn around and come back, but just go outside, breathe some fresh air, get a little exercise, okay? That, why do we do that? We take care of everybody else and everything else first and put ourselves last. So from me to you, let's do a better job of self-care in these next few days. And, you know, if any of you are ever stressed or lonely or sad or blue, or even if you want to share something happy, please reach out to me. I have many people that I can go to, and that's my way to pay it forward, by being there for other people. So please don't ever, ever, ever hesitate. I would appreciate being able to have the opportunity to listen or talk or whatever it may be. Okay, I've started the next project and I haven't even talked about it. Okay, enough on self-care. We got an extra lesson today. Free of charge, right? We can just share our own information. This is a cloth napkin. And I'm just going to make a quick and easy napkin holder or napkin ring. This is so easy. You can do this anywhere, anytime, with anything you have at your house. You could use tinfoil. You could use hair ribbons. You can pull paper and cardstock from your craft room, okay? What I am going to tell you is the length of paper that you need to make a napkin ring really depends on your napkin. Obviously, paper napkins are much thinner than cloth napkins. Some people know how to do the fancy folds with their napkins. I would have to go to a YouTube channel for that. You know, you could even just tie this up with a pretty ribbon. Okay. Some people wrap just the napkin. Some people will put the utensils, the flatware, into their napkin and then roll it. Okay. So decide, are you putting utensils with this? What napkin are you using? Make a sample of that and then figure out how much, I think this is a little wider than I want it. Yes. Then figure out what the length is that you need. Now this is 7 inches, which is a little bit long for this one, but I'm just using it for a reference to show you. And again, I don't want to put my adhesive onto my napkin. People should be able to slide this out or slide the napkin ring off. So you don't want it super tight. But mine's about 7 inches. Okay, that's it. I could put a bow on this and be done. I could write somebody's name and be done. But I'm going to take it a little bit further because that's what we do here at Stampin' Peace with Mary Knabe. Now this is that, and I don't even know if we still have this left. This is the adhesive backed gold and silver paper. And I thought, you know, I have some scraps of this. I might as well use it. One thing I want to mention before I wrapped the cardstock, not so much with the DSP, but with cardstock, thicker paper like this gold shimmer, you kind of want to roll it in your fingers. Just kind of do that. Roll it over your fingers. That helps break up the fibers and gives you more of a smooth curve when you're wrapping it. And then, and now because I used the adhesive shimmer paper, I can just attach this right to my white cardstock ring. It's a little long, but I'm just going to leave it and go with it. If you're not using adhesive paper like I have here, make sure you're using a strong adhesive. The multi-purpose glue, the tear and tape, the Stampin' Seal Plus. Remember, Plus is added strength. So use the Stampin' Seal Plus over the regular Stampin' Seal. Pretty, right? Now I decided I'm going to take this a step further. So I made this stocking using the Sending Cheer dies. And I thought, well, this will look really cute right here. And then I thought, oh, what if I wanted to personalize this? Make one for each person, have their name on it. Kathy's asking, why did I not add the gold over the white first and wrap them both at the same time? I'll tell you why. Because sometimes we have our cardstock, we lay our DSP on top of it, we adhere it, and then as we're rolling, the DSP wants to move or separate. Because if you think about it, would this be math or science? I don't know. If you think about it, the inner ring is going to be smaller than whatever's wrapping it. Does that make sense? So if I lined up my DSP to this edge, all the way down to this edge, as I'm rolling, the DSP on top might be pulling away from that little edge, and I get kind of you know, the end of the cardstock or whatever is underneath showing. So that's why I do it that way, Kathy. I hope that answers your question and makes sense to all of you. So I thought, well, this is pretty right here. Now there are two things you can do. In the Sending Cheer die set, there is a teeny tiny die with a tag. I could punch out some of these tags and write the name there, Mom or Sue or whatever. But I decided I'm doing this instead. Does anybody remember, like when you were a kid, remember the red felt stockings? And people would do their names in the white part of the stocking with like, it was like glitter glue, or we would just use liquid glue and write our name and then sprinkle the glitter on top. That's kind of what I was thinking for this, although I'm not using glitter. But I thought, why don't I just personalize by writing the name up there in that white cuff of the stocking. Okay, so it's a fun way to do a table favor. I'm trying to think, do I want to do, I think dimensionals will stick okay on this. And I'm actually going to put my dimensionals on here so I make sure I have them in the right place, because I might be moving, whoops, it's coming undone. Might be moving my stocking around a little bit. You know, do you want it higher, lower, left, right? So for this one, I'm putting the dimensionals directly on the shimmer paper. And it looks like this shimmer paper is having a little trouble sticking to itself. It's sticking to the cardstock just fine, but it's not sticking real well to itself. So I'm just going to use some of that Stampin' Seal Plus and put that on. And my length was a little too long. I could have trimmed that off and made it shorter. Okay. So does that give you, do these projects, how can I'm trying to set this so they don't roll. Okay. So do these projects give you some kind of idea that you can implement for your holiday table, or maybe place these on an end table or shelf? What a great hostess gift too. Again, you can use candles you have at home, whether they be real or the battery operated ones like I have. If you have candles that are in jars, you can decorate the jars of the candles. Okay. So use what you have. Of course, if you want to purchase something, by all means, there are plenty of options available. But again, these ideas work with anything you have at home. Okay, regular candles, battery operated candles, large, small, tall, skinny, short, whatever, jar candles. And you know, if you're giving away jars, like some people do the, what am I trying to say? They, like the cookie dough mixes in the mason jars, or like potpourri or the mulled spices, that sort of thing, as jar gifts. You can even decorate the jars like this. And then of course, use whatever you have to make your napkin rings to coordinate with your theme or your colors or your occasion. These ideas aren't just for Christmas, aren't just for the holidays. You can use these ideas throughout the year for lots of occasions. Okay, so what does everybody think? Brownie in a jar, oh yes, love that. What does everybody think? Are these a couple of quick and easy DIY projects you can do for your own home or to give as a gift, maybe a hostess gift, or you've got somebody extra coming to Christmas dinner and you want to have a little something for them, right? How many of you will plan to do one or both of these? And when you do, please share, take a picture and share. Post right here on Stampin' Piece with Mary Knabe. I would love to see what you make, and I can bet you that everybody else watching would love to see what you come up with as well, right? That's how we learn, by sharing with each other. That's how we are inspired, by sharing with each other. Now, I'm not going to be giving these away, but hold on a second. I have, I don't know. Okay, I have, and I don't think I've even opened these at all, used them at all. I've got some embellishments that are retiring. And even, I think they're both retiring. Well, this might be on online exclusives. Whether or not they're retiring, I have brand new packages of embellishments that I haven't even opened. So I'm going to give these away as gifts today. All right. And I hope your gift to me and everybody else watching will be that you will take a picture and share the projects you make that were inspired by today's Facebook Live. So if you would like to have your name put into the drawing to receive one of these packages of embellishments, how about we use for the code word, let's do DIY home. All right. DIY home, HOME. And anybody who types in the comments DIY home, I will put your name into the drawing to receive one of these packs of embellishments. Are there any questions about the products I used, or specific questions about each of the projects and projects? How about anything at all? Okay. DIY home. All right. I'm so happy you joined me today. I know it's a very busy time for people, so I appreciate having the opportunity to share some fun projects with you. And notice how quickly, now I did have some of the things die cut just to be respectful of your time, but notice how quickly these things came together. And let me tell you, I've had a busy, very productive, but very busy morning. Had a couple errands to run, decided to treat myself to chicken salad chick for lunch, and brought that home to eat. I didn't even come down to my craft room. I had in my head an idea for the candles. I had in my head, the basic project idea, but I had not prepped anything. And I didn't come down here until about 1:10. So I was able to whip these up pretty quickly. And look, 40 minutes have gone by in this Facebook Live. I've done a good bit of talking, and we still put together some great projects. All right. Lynn, you are very welcome. Cindy, Jen, Margaret, all of you. I appreciate you as well. And it's nice to be appreciated. So I thank you for saying that. Have a very Merry Christmas. However you celebrate, whatever day you celebrate, I hope your celebrations bring you lots of joy and peace with people you love, doing things you love. And I will look forward to seeing you next week after Christmas. All righty. As far as I know, at this point, I am planning to do my Tuesday Facebook Live at 5 p.m. That will be December 22nd, the day after Christmas. With Christmas being on a Monday, it looks like my family members who work outside the home will be going to work on that Tuesday. So I'll probably be working here too. All right. I look forward to seeing you soon. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and stay safe. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.